There is a hunger in every heart, a longing to be seen, to be known, to be loved. It is woven into the very fabric of who we are. We search for love sometimes desperately, sometimes blindly, hoping to find someone who will cherish us, who will look at us and say, "You are enough." But too often, the love we encounter is shallow, fleeting, conditional. It latches onto the external, the visible, the temporary. There are too many people walking through life feeling like a product to be consumed rather than a soul to be cherished. The world has created a standard that says, if you look a certain way, if you dress a certain way, if you carry yourself a certain way, then you will be valuable. And so we chase that standard, believing that if we can just fit the mold, we will finally be loved. But what happens when the years pass, when beauty fades, when the body changes? If love was built on appearance, then it crumbles like sand in the wind. But real love, lasting love, is not about the body. The body is just the house where the soul lives. It is the soul that matters. It is the soul that carries the depth, the beauty, the character. A body can be admired, but a soul must be known. If someone only sees your body but not your soul, they do not truly love you. They love an image, a shadow, a fleeting moment in time. But you were not created to be temporary. You were created for eternity. There is a longing in you that no human admiration can fill. No matter how many compliments you receive, no matter how much attention you attract, it will never be enough. The human heart was not designed to be satisfied by shallow love. That's why so many people are left feeling empty even after they've been pursued, admired, and desired. The heart is crying out for something deeper, for a love that does not fade, does not waver, does not disappear when the body ages. Many chase relationships, hoping that if they can just find the right person, the loneliness will disappear. But loneliness is not cured by physical attraction. It is cured by connection, real, soul-level connection. You can be in a crowded room and still feel alone. You can be admired by many and still feel unseen, because admiration is not the same as love. Real love is not about finding someone who wants your body. Real love is about finding someone who values your soul, someone who sees beyond the surface, beyond the smile, beyond the outward appearance. Someone who is not just attracted to you, but committed to you. Someone who loves you not just for what you look like, but for who you truly are. There are voices telling you that your worth is in your body, that your value is in your appearance. That love is something you must earn by being attractive enough, but that is a lie. Your worth is not in your body. Your worth is in the depth of your soul, the light in your spirit, the kindness in your heart. Your worth has been written into your identity, not by the opinions of others, but by the one who created you. If a person only loves your body, they are not loving you, they are loving a shell, a temporary frame. But if a person loves your soul, they love the deepest, truest part of who you are. And that is the love that lasts. That is the love that remains. That is the love that will walk with you through every season, through every storm, through every wrinkle and gray hair. Love is not found in admiration. Love is found in sacrifice. It is found in patience. It is found in the willingness to stay when the world says go. It is found in the quiet moments when beauty fades, but the soul shines even brighter. Love is not about how well someone fits an ideal. Love is about how well someone walks with you through life, through pain, through struggles, through victories. You don't need a love that fades. You need a love that endures. A love that does not change when the mirror changes. A love that is not dependent on a perfect figure or flawless skin. A love that says, I see you, the real you, and you are enough. That kind of love is not based on desire, but on devotion. And that kind of love will never fail you. So stop believing that your worth is tied to your body. Stop chasing the approval of those who only see the surface. The right love will see your heart first, your soul first. The right love will not just want you for a moment, but for a lifetime. And when you find that kind of love, you will know this is real. This is true. This is the love that does not fade. Love is one of the deepest desires of the human heart. Everyone wants to be cherished, to be seen, and to be valued, but too often what people call love is nothing more than attraction, admiration, or even infatuation. It is easy to be drawn to someone's appearance. It is easy to admire the way someone looks, the way they carry themselves, the way they fit into a certain ideal. But none of those things define real love. True love is not based on the body alone. The body changes, it grows older, it experiences seasons of strength and seasons of weakness. It is affected by time, by stress, by life itself. If love is only attached to physical beauty, then it is a love that is built on a fragile foundation. Beauty is not permanent. It is fleeting no matter how much effort is put into preserving it. If someone's love is dependent on appearance, then what happens when that appearance changes? What happens when age takes its natural course? What happens when the body no longer looks the way it once did? If love is rooted in something temporary, then that love itself will be temporary. The soul, however, is eternal. It is the essence of who a person truly is. It holds their values, their kindness, their strength, their dreams, and their purpose. The soul does not wrinkle. does not fade, does not lose its light with time. The soul can grow, can deepen, can become even more beautiful through the experiences of life. True love is found when one soul recognizes another, when love is based not on what is seen, but on what is known. Many people spend their lives trying to be loved for their bodies. They chase after attention, they seek approval, they measure their worth based on how desirable they are to others. But the reality is, admiration is not the same as love. A person can admire someone's body without truly knowing their heart. A person can be drawn to someone's appearance without caring about their soul. When love is based on the body alone, it is not love, it is attraction. And attraction can fade just as quickly as it begins. The deepest relationships, the ones that endure through the trials of life, are built on something far greater than physical beauty. They are built on shared values, on mutual respect, on trust and commitment. They are built on the understanding that a person's worth is not in how they look, but in who they are. Real love does not see a person as an object to be admired, but as a soul to be cherished. Many people get caught in relationships where they feel valued only for their appearance. They feel pressure to look a certain way, to maintain an image, to stay desirable so that love does not fade. But love that is dependent on appearance is not love, it is possession. It is a love that is conditional, a love that says, I love you as long as you meet my standards. That is not love, that is selfishness. True love does not put conditions on worth. It does not measure a person's value based on external factors. True love says, I see you, I know you, and I love you for who you are, not just what you look like. The kind of love that lasts a lifetime is the kind of love that sees beyond the physical. It is the kind of love that appreciates beauty but is not dependent on it. It is a love that remains when wrinkles appear, when bodies change, when time moves forward. It is a love that deepens with understanding, with shared experiences, with the bond that forms when two souls truly know each other. No one should ever have to wonder if they are loved beyond their body. No one should ever feel like their value is tied to how attractive they are. A person's worth is not in their figure, in their features, in their ability to fit into society's ever-changing beauty standards. A person's worth is in the kindness they show, in the love they give, and the way they make the world around them a better place. Those are the things that truly matter. The body will fade, but the soul will not. The body will change, but the essence of who a person is will remain. And the right love, the love that lasts, the love that is real, will see beyond the surface and cherish the heart within. There is a difference between being admired and being truly known. Many people spend their lives seeking admiration, believing that if enough people desire them, if enough people are drawn to them, they will finally feel love. But admiration is fleeting. It is based on the external, on what is seen, on what can be measured in an instant. Real connection, however, goes far deeper. It is not based on a moment of attraction, but on a lifetime of understanding. Physical admiration is everywhere. It is in the way people glance at someone as they walk by, and the compliments given based on appearance, and the attention that comes from looking a certain way. But admiration does not last. It does not require effort. It does not demand commitment. It does not ask for anything beyond the surface. A person can admire someone's beauty without ever knowing their heart. They can be drawn to an image without caring about the soul behind it. Real connection, on the other hand, takes time. It cannot be rushed, cannot be manufactured, cannot be built on shallow foundations. It requires conversation, vulnerability, and trust. It means seeing a person not just in their best moments, but in their worst. Not just when they are put together, but when they are struggling. Real connection means understanding what makes a person laugh, what makes them cry, what dreams keep them awake at night. It is not about seeing someone's body, it is about seeing their soul. When a relationship is built on admiration alone, it will eventually crumble. When hard times come, admiration is not enough to hold two people together. When beauty fades, admiration will move on to something new. That is why so many relationships fail, because they were built on the wrong foundation. A relationship that is based only on physical attraction will not survive life's challenges. But a relationship that is built on connection, on shared values, on a deep and abiding understanding of each other will withstand anything. Many people mistake admiration for love. They believe that if someone is drawn to them, if someone desires them, then they must be loved. But love is not about how much someone wants you, it is about how well someone knows you. Love is not about how many people find you attractive, it is about how deeply one person truly sees you. A person can be surrounded by admirers and still feel alone, because admiration does not fill the soul. It does not provide comfort in the dark times. It does not bring peace in moments of struggle. It does not offer the kind of companionship that lasts through the years. There is a reason why so many people who seem to have it all, the looks, the charm, the admiration of many, still feel empty inside. It is because admiration is not enough. The heart longs for something more. It longs for a connection that is not based on appearance, that does not fade when age sets in, that does not disappear when something newer or more exciting comes along. The heart longs to be truly seen, to be known, to be loved beyond the surface. The difference between admiration and connection is the difference between a spark and a fire. A spark is exciting, it is quick, it catches attention, but it does not last. It fades just as quickly as it appeared. A fire, however, takes time to build. It requires care, patience, and effort, but once it is strong, it will burn through any storm. That is the kind of love that lasts. The kind that is not based on a passing moment of attraction, but on a deep and abiding connection that cannot be shaken. A person should never settle for admiration when what they truly need is connection. They should never believe that their worth is in how many people notice them, how many people desire them, how many people are drawn to their appearance. True worth is not in being admired, it is in being loved. And true love does not look at the surface. It looks at the heart. It sees beyond what the world sees. It does not fade when beauty fades, does not disappear when something new comes along, does not change with time. A person who truly loves you will not just admire you, they will cherish you. They will not just see your beauty, they will see your soul. They will not just desire you for a moment, they will stand by you for a lifetime. And that is the kind of love that is worth waiting for. The world is constantly telling people where their worth comes from. It places value on appearance, status, success, and how well someone fits into society standards. Everywhere you look, there are messages saying if you look a certain way, if you dress a certain way, if you meet this expectation, then you will be loved, accepted, and valued. It's an exhausting cycle, one that leaves many people feeling like they will never be enough. But the truth is, worth is not found in appearance. It is not something that can be measured by physical beauty, by social approval, or by external achievements. Worth is rooted in something far deeper. It is in identity and character. A person's value is not determined by how they look on the outside. Beauty fades, trends change, and the standards of attractiveness are never the same for long. What is admired today may be forgotten tomorrow. If worth is tied to physical appearance, then it is something unstable, something that can be taken away with time. But true worth is unshakable because it is not based on anything that can be lost. It is not found in a number on a scale, the shape of a body, or the approval of others. It is found in the depth of a person's soul, in the strength of their heart, in the kindness they show to the world. Many people spend their lives trying to earn love by being desirable enough. They believe that if they can just look the right way, if they can meet the expectations placed on them, then they will finally be worthy. But love that is built on conditions is not love at all. Real love does not say you are valuable because you are attractive. Real love says you are valuable because of who you are. There is a difference between being wanted and being truly cherished. One is based on the temporary, the other is based on something eternal. Character is what lasts. It is what remains when everything else fades. The way a person treats others, the way they handle struggles, the way they love, forgive, and encourage, those are the things that truly define who someone is. A person's impact on the world is not determined by their outward appearance, but by the way they make others feel, by the way they use their life to bring light into dark places. No one is remembered for how flawless they looked in a moment. They are remembered for the way they made others feel, for the difference they made, for the love they gave. When a person places their worth in their appearance, they are constantly chasing something they will never fully hold on to. They are always worried about being enough, always afraid that if they change, if they age, if they are no longer seen as desirable, they will no longer be loved. But when a person understands that their worth is in their identity and character, they walk in confidence. They are not shaken by the opinions of others. They are not controlled by the expectations of the world, and they do not live in fear of losing love. Because true worth is not something that can be lost. It is something that is inherent, unchanging, and deeply rooted in who a person is. It is easy to believe the lie that value is determined by how others see you. But the truth is, people's opinions change. If a person builds their confidence on how many people admire them, they will always be at the mercy of others. Real confidence comes from knowing that worth is not given by the world. It is something that already exists within. It is not something to be earned, but something to be recognized. The most beautiful people in the world are not the ones who simply have physical beauty. They are the ones who radiate kindness, who walk with grace, who uplift others, who love without conditions. They are the ones whose presence brings warmth, whose words bring encouragement, whose actions bring healing. That kind of beauty never fades, never grows old, never loses its value. It is a beauty that remains, that strengthens with time, that leaves a lasting impact. No one should ever feel like they have to prove their worth through appearance. No one should ever feel like their value is determined by how many people admire them. True worth is not in the surface, it is in the heart. It is in the depth of a person's soul, in the love they give, in the kindness they share. And once a person realizes that they are no longer trapped by the expectations of the world, they are free to walk in confidence, knowing that they are already enough just as they are. Love is not proven in words, it is proven in actions. It is not measured by how passionately someone desires you in a moment, but by how faithfully they stand by you over time. The world often confuses love with feeling strong emotions, deep attraction, and moments of passion. But true love is not found in fleeting emotions, it is found in unwavering commitment. Anyone can say they love you when everything is going well, when the excitement is fresh, when attraction is strong, when the relationship feels effortless. But what happens when the feelings fade, when life gets difficult? When time changes everything? That is when love is tested. Real love does not disappear when the emotions settle. Real love is not based on how much someone wants you today. It is based on how willing they are to stay, to fight for you, to walk with you through every season of life. Commitment is what separates real love from temporary attraction. A person who truly loves you will not only admire your best moments, but will stand beside you in your worst. They will not just be there for the fun times, the easy moments, the times when everything is perfect. They will be there when you struggle, when you feel lost, when you are not at your best. Because real love is not about perfection, it is about presence. It is about choosing to stay, even when it is hard, even when life changes, even when things are not as exciting as they once were. Too many people mistake desire for love. They think that if someone wants them deeply, if someone craves them intensely, then that must be love. But desire fades. Passion can burn brightly for a moment and then disappear just as quickly. Love, on the other hand, does not fade with time. It does not grow weaker when challenges arise. It is not conditional depending on how perfect or desirable someone remains. Love is tested in the fire of difficulty, in the ordinary days, in the moments that are not exciting or glamorous. A person who truly loves you will not leave when things get tough. They will not walk away because the spark is not as strong as was. They will not look elsewhere when life becomes routine. They will stand beside you because their love is not based on what you can offer them in the moment. It is based on who you are. They are not just in love with the idea of you or the way you make them feel. They are in love with you, the real you, the person beyond the surface. Love that is based on feelings alone will never last. Feelings change with circumstances, with moods, with time. But love that is based on commitment is unshakable. It remains even when the emotions fluctuate, even when life does not go as planned. Love is not just about how much someone enjoys being with you. It is about how willing they are to sacrifice for you, to support you, to choose you again and again, no matter what. There are relationships built on attraction, and there are relationships built on commitment. The first may feel exciting at first, but it will crumble when tested. The second may not always have fireworks, but it will withstand the storms of life. The strongest relationships are not the ones that never face struggles. They are the ones that choose to stay, to fight for each other, to hold on when everything else tries to pull them apart. A love that lasts is a love that is built on something deeper than emotions. It is built on trust, on loyalty, on the daily choice to put someone else above fleeting desires. It is easy to be in love when everything feels good. It is easy to stay when it is convenient. But true love is seen in the moments when things are difficult, when challenges arise, when life is not perfect. That is when commitment matters the most. Love is not proven in grand gestures or passionate moments. It is proven in the quiet, steady presence of someone who refuses to leave. It's found in the faithfulness of someone who chooses you, not just today, but every day. That is the kind of love that endures. That is the kind of love that stands the test of time. Love is meant to last. It is not just a fleeting emotion or a temporary feeling. It is something deeper, something that endures beyond the excitement of the moment. Too often people mistake short-lived passion for real love. They believe that love is found in intense attraction, in the thrill of being desired, in the way someone makes them feel in the beginning. But the love that lasts is not built on passion alone. It is built on something stronger, something that does not fade when time passes or circumstances change. The truth is, anything based on the temporary will eventually fade. Beauty changes. Emotions shift. Life brings challenges that test even the strongest relationships. If love is only built on how someone looks or how exciting the relationship feels, then it will not survive the reality of life. But when love is built on something deeper, on shared values, on respect, on a foundation of trust and commitment, it will remain strong no matter what comes. Love that endures is not just about how much someone desires you in the present. It is about how much they choose you in every season of life. It is easy to be in love when everything is new, when everything feels effortless. But what happens when the excitement fades, when the challenges come, when time begins to reveal every flaw, every imperfection, every struggle? That is when real love is tested. The kind of love that is worth having is the love that does not walk away when things get difficult. It is the love that stays, that holds on, that grows stronger even in the hardest moments. Many relationships start with passion, but not all of them last. Passion alone is not enough to sustain love. Passion is like a fire that burns brightly but can quickly fade if there is nothing to keep it going. True love, on the other hand, is like a steady flame. It may not always burn with the same intensity, but it never goes out. It is nurtured by patience, by understanding, by the daily choice to love even when it is not easy. Love that lasts is not based on conditions. It does not say, I love you as long as you make me happy, or I love you as long as you look a certain way. That kind of love is fragile. It breaks the moment things are not perfect, but real love is unconditional. It says, I love you for who you are, not just for what you give me. It is not based on convenience or selfish desires. It is rooted in the deep decision to stand by someone, to walk through life together, to fight for each other, even when it would be easier to walk away. And the most beautiful kind of love is the love that lasts through every season of life. It is the love that remains when youth fades, when bodies change, when the excitement of the early days becomes the deep companionship of a lifetime. It is the love that weathers every storm, that holds on when life is uncertain, that does not waver even when things are not easy. That is the kind of love that everyone longs for, not a love that is here today and gone tomorrow, but a love that is strong, secure, and unbreakable. A relationship that is built on temporary things will not stand the test of time, but a relationship that is built on commitment, on trust, on the daily decision to choose each other, no matter what, that is the kind of relationship that lasts. It is not always about grand romantic gestures or perfect moments. Sometimes it is found in the simple, quiet moments of life, the way someone listens when you need to talk, the way they support you when you feel weak, the way they stay by your side through every trial. The love that is worth having is the love that endures. It is not just about how someone feels about you today, but about how they choose to love you every day after. It is not about how exciting the relationship is in the beginning, but about how strong it remains through every season. That is the kind of love that is rare, the kind of love that should be cherished, the kind of love that does not fade but only grows deeper with time. Love is not meant to be shallow, temporary, or conditional. It is not measured by how much someone admires your body or how intensely they desire you in a fleeting moment. True love is found in the depths of the soul, in the unshakable bond between two people who choose each other beyond the surface. The world may place value on outward beauty, but real love sees beyond appearances. It values character, commitment, and the essence of who a person truly is. Love that lasts is not built on admiration alone. It is built on trust, respect, and a willingness to stand by each other through every season of life. No one should settle for a love that is based on conditions. No one should have to wonder if they will still be cherished when the appearance changes, when life gets hard, or when time tests the relationship. The right love, the love that endures, is the one that remains steadfast, not because of how someone looks, but because of who they are. In the end, real love does not fade. It does not depend on the temporary. It is not about being wanted for a moment, but about being cherished for a lifetime. That is the love worth waiting for, the love worth holding on to, the love that truly matters.